Okay, so these are parts for the rear braces and the van braces. A lot of little pieces I cut out like this is just with my hand shears, just for the detailed work. Including these recessed hinge slots. So I'll show you how to do that. 2 cuts and just cut across. Then I file them out after. Because no matter what, there's still a lot of grinding, sanding. Okay, I got an early start today. We'll see how much we can get done. All right, now that all the pieces are sanded and ready to go, they're all flat. I think the first project I'm going to tackle this morning is the rear brace, this part here. So, yeah, this is more of a costume version. It's almost a historical replica. I made this one years ago, pretty rusty. But instead of doing this turner part, this upper turner part for the rear brace, what we're going to do is we're going to do just basically a fake version of that. So it'll it'll look like it's an actual turn pin upper rear brace piece, but yeah, we're just gonna make it because it's for display only. So, but on this, I'll be doing an episode on how these work. There's several different versions of this, but the whole idea is it's separated into two parts, and then it allows you so that your arm can spin, and this is attached to the shoulder, as you can see like this. So this is how they work. This would be attached to the shoulder. That way your arm can still spin if it's not blocked out. Anyway, the whole idea is, yeah, it gives you more movement. So, yeah, let's start off with that piece. Okay, I made some marks here where I'm going to be doing some rolling. Yeah, so I just got some felt pen, and we changed this roller to be the larger one. This is the largest size I've got. This is the one I use for rolling edges that have to put wire in them. So, and also I use this for these pins as well. So it's going to look pretty much exactly the way it's supposed to look. Okay, I have to make sure I do the right part. Yeah, so this is the upper part here. So I just gotta be as straight as I can. That's the whole idea. I'm gonna probably do it in 2 passes. Go deep. Just gonna try to get as deep as I can. So you can see, pretty straight. Left out. Okay, and so then we're going to change out the bit. These bits here. It's for a drop ledge. Yeah, the drop ledge is going to simulate where the plate, where the 2 plates sort of meet. It'll be like the lower edge of the upper part. Yeah, like that. Maybe I'll go just a little deeper. It's got to follow that same line again. Okay. And I'm going to do both. Yep. Right. So now, it's a matter of bending these around so we can rivet them together. Then I go to a smaller pipe. around here. Yeah, so we'll get them so they're lined up. And yeah, let's take it over the horn of an anvil. Mark the holes, drill it out, and this part is actually pretty easy. But, yeah. So these are the band brace pieces. I'm going to bend them over the bar here to give them their basic shape. Do a little bit more bending over this horn of this. This is a great anvil to have. Okay, next step is to line up the hinges, attach the hinges to the two plates here, and then we'll shape it from there. So at this stage, riveted these are the store-bought hinges that you can get. So yeah, I wanted it to match the legs, the ones we did on the greaves. So yeah, it's the same system. It's got the 4 holes for each hinge. So I permanently riveted them onto one side here. This is the part where it was recessed in. Now, and I basically marked the holes like that. Marked the holes, drilled them out. So now I know these two parts will fit together. So what I want to do is just temporarily bolt them together so we can start conforming them, so they match each other's the curve, as well as I want to make sure that it opens and closes properly. So yeah, just temporarily bolt them in place, and instead of having the bolts going inside, I'm having them so they come outside. That way we can sort of go up against the horn here, working on it. So yeah, temporarily bolt it together. And yeah, I'll go with the horn here and kind of make sure that the shape, that these match. Kind of how I conform it here. And that, I've got to take my time, bend it so it fits properly, it'll close properly. Then I'm going to mark the closure pin here. I want to mark where that goes. Right. I want to make sure this lines up. Right there. It's going to be right on the edge, but that's okay. So that way we'll have it closed properly. Yeah, we'll do that on both, and then once we do that, we'll just roll this edge on the rolling machine, and that should be pretty much done. Alright, we're really getting close to finishing here. I riveted the hinges on one side here, drilled the holes out to match, and we're going to rivet it on with the brass rivets. But before we do that, I'm going to rivet on this clothespin sticking out here. This is what closes the two parts together. So I'm going to hammer this on here first. And this is going to be fixed, so we're going to really make it hammer hard. Yep, okay. Double check, make sure it fits in there. Yeah, it's going to close good. Okay, so now we're going to permanently rivet this on with brass rivets. Normally I would use the rivet set, but it's so close that I'm just going to have to kind of flatten the rivet heads on it in this case. They're not going to be too bad, but I'm just using the edge of the anvil. Got to mushroom that head over. Big flange on it. Okay, I don't want to make too much of a commitment yet until I know for sure all these holes line up. So I'm going to temporarily bolt it again, bolt it together to hold this in place for me. And I'll do the second one here. Good. Put one in here. If this works, we'll just take that bolt out and finish it off. Yeah, it looks like it's holding. Yeah, these temporary nuts and bolts are perfect for, well, I generally try to make everything the same size holes. These are like 1/8 inch holes. Makes everything easier for me. I mean, there's times where I'm going to be making larger ones too, but for the most part, this is what I use. Yep, functions good. Let's see. Locks in place. Okay, we're going to form this a little bit more, and then we'll just do the roping here, and okay, I just conformed it over that big horn there. Everything's functioning and fitting good. So yeah, I'll wait to rope the wrist part until it's together like this. That way I know the consistent sort of roping. So we'll start doing that. We got our roping chisel. And again, just be consistent. There we go. It's all roped, functioning properly. Okay, so we finished riveting together this band brace. Made sure everything's working fine. It opens up, locks down. So what we're going to do now is mark it, drill it, and attach it to the other part of the arm that we finished off. Here's the one that I've already temporarily bolted it together. And this is the left arm, and as you can see how it functions. It moves really well. It's basically got a 90 degree turn, stretch here, expansion. And so we're going to do this to the right arm now. But before we do that, I got myself this is a restoration project. It's a 16th century van brace. This is authentic Italian style. It even has the original handmade buckles, really thin. It's about 22 gauge thin. But yeah, you can see, and I just temporarily bolted it together. It actually has a pin that holds it in place. Like that, so it opens up and closes, very similar. But as you can tell, they don't match. And I find this a lot. I get projects where, either there's missing parts or they want something to sort of match up or just piece it together to complete a full suit of armor. This one's got the rolled over edge to it with a little bit of wire in it. So it's got that kind of detail. It's got the chiseled roping edge, same thing. And it's got a sort of an inner roll for decoration. And yet it's got a drop ledge here. And, the chiseled, same thing that we do. It's got some roping on the inside here. It's a really interesting piece to study. I mean, I'm lucky because I get to study these pieces all the time. So just out of curiosity, let's do a comparison, this one versus mine, and let's do a weight comparison again. So this one is the original 16th century one. It's very light, equals to about 1 pound. That's probably about right. And then there's mine version, which is almost 1 pound. Well, mine's a little bit smaller, so I thought that makes a lot of sense. But as you can see, the weight comparisons, they're pretty much identical. So from here, we're gonna mark on the right side here, this is the right arm. What I did was I lined it up, make sure it's as straight as possible, and I marked the holes already and drill them out. So what I'm going to do is temporarily bolt this one together and then replace it with brass rivets. That's my next project. And then once we're done this, we'll go fit it to the suit of armor, see how it looks. Okay, now that we finished up the arms, they're all riveted together, we're going to mount them to the pauldrons. This is the right side here. So because we're not going to make a commitment yet to exactly where it's going to go, I'm just going to bolt it temporarily in place until we figure out how it's going to be mounted with the mannequin in the end. So this is, again, it's kind of just temporary, but it'll be enough so we can take a look to see what it looks like at this point. See if everything matches up. So once I temporarily bolt this in place, it'll go out, mount it. The right side, that's what it looks like on the inside, and the left side. So yeah, let's go mount this on this suit of armor. Alright, finished the arms, now I'm just mounting them. So Okay, so the next thing we're going to work on is the gauntlets, and finally the helmet. So we're 3/4 done.